Hey everybody, how are you doing? It's so good to be here. And did you guys know that on Monday, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, was President's Day? And maybe you didn't know that, but the day might have been different because maybe you didn't have to go to school, or your brothers or sisters might not have had to go to school, or maybe your mom and dad maybe even got to not go to work. So that's kind of awesome. So just like it sounds, President's Day is a day that we celebrate presidents from long ago, all the presidents up until now. And we just got a brand new president this year, just barely. And including him, we've had 46 presidents. That's a lot. 46. That's a lot of presidents. So before we read our story today, let's sing our first song. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Okay, so today's story is going to be a little bit silly and fun. So the story I'm going to read is Duck for President. And we're going to learn, this is kind of just silly, but we're going to learn that being president isn't all super fun, right? You think, I want to be president because then I can choose everything and I can make the rules. But there's a lot more to it than that. So, Duck for President by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin. Running a farm is very hard work. At the end of each day, Farmer Brown is covered from head to toe in hay, horsehair, seeds, sprouts, feathers, filth, mud, muck, and coffee stains. He doesn't smell very good either. The animals have chores to do too. Pigs clean under the beds, cows weed the garden, sheep sweep the barn, ducks take out the trash, mow the lawn, and grind the coffee beans. Can you guys imagine these animals doing chores? At the end of each day, the pigs are covered in lint bunnies, the cows are covered in weeds, the sheep are covered in dust, and duck is covered in tiny bits of grass and espresso beans. Do any of those animals look very happy? A long day of hard work, isn't it? Duck did not like to do chores. He did not like picking tiny bits of grass and espresso beans out of his feathers. Why is Farmer Brown in charge anyway, thought Duck. What we need is an election. He made a sign and hung it up in the barn. So he wants to change things, and he wants people to vote and help decide what's going to be changed. So that is what the election is going to be. It says, Farmer Brown must go. Farm election tomorrow. The next morning, Farmer Brown found a poster on his front door. Vote Duck for a kinder, gentler farm. What do you think the farmer thinks of that? Farmer Brown was furious. He ran to the barn and found the animals registering to vote. They're all deciding if they want to have the duck be in charge or the farmer. And up here it says, the mice got together and protested the height requirements, so Duck crossed it off. So up here it says, voters must live on the farm. To be able to decide, you have to must live on the farm. Show a valid ID. Maybe a picture to make sure that they know that you are who you say you are. And at first it said you had to be this tall to vote, but these mice are not quite that tall. I don't think any of these are, except for the cows. On election day, each of the animals filled out a ballot and placed it in the box. The vote was counted and the results were posted on the barn wall. Farmer Brown, 6 animals wanted Farmer Brown to stay in charge, and 20 wanted Duck to be in charge. Farmer Brown demanded a recount. One sticky ballot was found stuck to the bottom of a pig. So one of the votes was on this bottom of the pig. So that gave Duck 21 instead of 20. So who do you think won? Farmer Brown or Duck? The votes had spoken. Duck was officially in charge. Running a farm is very hard work. At the end of each day, Duck was covered from head to toe in hay, horsehair, seeds, sprouts, feathers, filth, mud, muck, and coffee beans. Running a farm is not fun at all, thought Duck. That night, Duck and his staff started working on Duck's campaign for governor. So he's like, I'm done with this farm. I want to be in charge of the whole state. Vote for me. I'm a duck, not a politician. Duck left Farmer Brown in charge and hit the campaign trail. He visited small town diners. He marched in parades. He went to town meetings. He gave speeches that only other ducks could understand. Quack, 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 quack. On election day, the voters filled out their ballots in booths all over the state. The vote was counted and the results were posted in the local paper. This was the governor. She was in charge of the state. The governor demanded a recount. 2 sticky ballots were found stuck to the bottom of a plate of pancakes. The new tally was, Miss Governor, that's a huge number, 299,999, and Duck won with 300,002 votes. The voters had spoken. Duck was officially in charge. Doesn't look very happy, does he? Running a state is very hard work. At the end of each day, Duck was covered from head to toe in hairspray, ink stains, scotch tape, fingerprints, mayonnaise, and coffee stains. And he had a very bad headache. Running a state is no fun at all, thought Duck. That night, Duck and his staff started working on posters for the presidential election. A duck for change. I like Duck. Duck making us proud again. So now he wants to be the president of the whole United States. Duck left his staff in charge and hit the campaign trail. He kissed babies in local diners. He rode in parades. He gave speeches that only other ducks could understand. Quack, 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 quack. He even played the saxophone on late night television. He's trying to get people to like him, right? So, on election day, the voters filled out their ballots in booths all over the country. The vote was counted and the results were announced on CNN. Oh, it looks like Duck won again. The president demanded a recount. 10 sticky notes were found stuck to the bottom of the vice president. The new tally was, Mr. President, 50,546,165, and Duck 50,546,180. I don't know how to say numbers very good. The voters had spoken. Duck was officially in charge. Whew, those are big numbers, you guys. Running a country is very hard work. At the end of each day, Duck was covered from head to toe in face powder, paper cuts, staples, security badges, Secret Service agents, and coffee stains, and he had a very bad headache. Running a country is no fun at all, thought Duck. Then he checked the help wanted ads. Duck needed no experience necessary, must be able to mow the lawn and grind coffee beans. Duck left the vice president in charge and headed back to the farm. At the end of each day, Farmer Brown is now covered from head to toe in hay, horsehair, seeds, sprouts, feathers, filth, mud, muck, and coffee stains. And Duck is working on his autobiography. Duck is now writing a story about his adventures. So, being the president sounds fun, but that is very hard work. Another book we're not going to read today, but this, I don't know if you guys realize, but you guys see presidents quite often probably. And this is one of a very famous president that was long time ago. He was the 16th president of the United States. Looking at Lincoln. This is a fun book. You can come and check it out at the library. And it talks about him and his growing up. And he had a family with kids. He had a dog. And he was a wonderful president. So now let's sing just a little song. Do you know who's on the penny, on the penny, on the penny? Do you know who's on the penny? It is Abraham Lincoln. You guys, there's presidents of the United States on all of our change and all of our bills, our money. So if you guys look, you'll see Abraham Lincoln on the penny. That's who that is. It is Abraham Lincoln. Do you know who's on a quarter, on a quarter, on a quarter? Do you know who's on a quarter? It is George Washington. This guy right here, can you see him? He's kind of shiny. He was the very first president of the United States. So that's just a little bit about presidents for President's Day. And next week, we are going to celebrate a little bit early. We're going to celebrate Dr. Seuss. It's Dr. Seuss's birthday in a couple weeks. And next week, we are going to have some fun with Dr. Seuss. And, we are going to read, one of the books we're going to read is There's a Wocket in My Pocket. Do you guys all know this story? Dr. Seuss has really fun stories and goofy characters, and we're actually going to make, I have some wockets in my pocket. I'm going to give you guys some supplies so that you can make your own little funny wocket dudes. So that's what we're going to do next week. So I guess it's ready to say goodbye. I guess it's time to say goodbye. Okay, are we ready? Okay. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time right here at Story Time. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next week with our Wocket friends.